So it's here. It's finally here. It's finally here. The end of a decade-long saga. 11 years, 22 movies, over $19 billion worldwide. Here to review Avengers Endgame. No spoilers. I know most of you haven't seen it yet. It's gonna be so hard to review it, but I'm gonna try my best. So for me, Avengers Endgame is the perfect love letter to the fans. It's the perfect way to end a saga that has spanned over a decade. This movie was amazing. And thank you to the Russos, to the production team, to anyone who cut the trailers, because they didn't show anything. I walked into this movie completely blind and not knowing what to expect. And it literally took me on the greatest journey. And you can't really talk about this movie without referencing the movies before it. So Infinity War. And I would say that if you haven't seen Infinity War, or you've missed a couple of the other Marvel movies, was not for you. It's not. It was for the fans that have stuck with this franchise, who have fallen in love with these characters and were here from the beginning until the end of the line. Now, what I will say is that this film is extremely character driven. Whereas Infinity War was mostly about Thanos, this was about the Avengers. This was an Avengers movie. The characters that didn't get too much screen time before got the most screen time in this film. And I loved every second of it. This movie had so many twists and turns in it. I was on the edge of my seat for most of the movie. Even the slower bits were extremely interesting to me. You have to realize that every moment that you have, every character interaction could have potentially been the last character reaction. We don't know what's going to happen to the MCU going forward. We know Marvel's got its 20-year plan, but we don't know what that entails. I literally was watching this movie as if I would never see any of these characters again. So it was such a joy to see these characters interact with each other on a different scale than Infinity War. In Infinity War, everything was urgent and bang bang and it had to happen now and they were under attack and this, that. In this movie, you really got to sit down and watch these characters face losing. He lost big time. So it was very interesting to see where each character was, what they were going through and how losing had affected them. The acting in this was perfect. There were so many character moments, emotional character moments, so much fan service, things that you wouldn't expect happened. It's hard even to talk about it because I'm trying my best not to spoil the movie. So let me just go through the things that I did like. The action scenes, epic. It looked beautiful. The CGI was amazing. Thanos again looks amazing. But this movie focused on the remaining Avengers and the fallout from Thanos' snap. The plot was perfect. The way that things unfolded, the way that events connected and how scenes connected was flawless. I can't fault the movie for that at all. The performances were great. No one really slacked off in their performance. It's a real testament to these actors and how comfortable they are with these roles. Now, I've watched this movie twice. Once on opening night and I watched it again yesterday. And I watched it again just to see if I could cement how I felt about the movie. The first time there was just so much emotions, I couldn't really analyze anything. The second time I had time to take a step back and analyze everything that I liked and what I didn't like. It didn't really change. I actually enjoyed it more the second time around. Now, don't get me wrong. There were some things that I didn't like about this movie, were things that I weren't really too impressed with, but those are only personal preferences. They don't take anything away from the movie. They don't take away from the performances of the actors. They don't take away from the plot and how epic it was. Those are just personal gripes, directions that I would have wanted the movie to go in. Now, I know I'm being extremely vague and I'm sorry, but I wanted to talk about it. I am going to do a spoiler video for it so we can dive into deep spoiler territory. But for now, I would give Avengers Endgame a 10 out of 10. It made me feel so many emotions and I'm happy that I got to witness it. As I said, it was a great love letter to the fans, a great way to end a 10-year saga, and an amazing movie. I don't think we're going to ever witness anything like the MCU ever in film history. And I'm just so happy that I'm around to witness it. Anyways, guys, those are my thoughts on Avengers Endgame. Sorry it was so vague. Follow me on Twitter, Facebook and Instagram. Smash the like button if you enjoyed this review. Turn those post notifications on. Subscribe if you're new to my channel. And as usual, I'll see you on the next one. Peace.
Taylor about the fucking flex.